Instagram accounts and their social media feeds. This is Myles Garrett doing a 60-degree-inch box jumping down. This is Christian McCaffrey. The reason why this is special is look at this dude when he hits the ground, how quickly he accelerates. This is the first time I was able to realize how explosive and how fast Christian McCaffrey is. This dude is coming off injury. He's super excited to get back out there. The offseason has officially begun. There's no offseason in football.
Listen, J.J. Watt fans out there, we're all J.J. Watt fans. But stay out my mentions saying that I was defiling the reputation of your hero by saying one of the reasons he picked the Cardinals is because they play in Arizona. Oh, you don't want to take my word for it? Well, as LeVar Burton once said, you don't have to. Listen to JJ yourself.
I'm just very excited to be here, and I'm also not going to lie to you, it doesn't hurt when it's 65 degrees and sunny outside when I woke up this morning, so it's pretty nice.
JJ put quality of life where his wife wants to live and the weather into his decision. It wasn't just that he thinks he can drag the 8-8 Cardinals to a Super Bowl. Color me not shocked at all, you dopes. Of course he did. It's the good decision. Good for JJ. Now leave me alone.
Morning TV.
Stop calling you dopes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon mentioned it. We are 3 weeks into the NFL offseason, and we have ourselves a winner. We do, and it's Juju Smith-Schuster. It is Jew Exotic right here. Why go work the jugs machine at House of Athlete when you can work a 425-pound female lion? Why? I'll tell you why, guys. Situational football. If Juju needs to pull a defender 80 yards downfield off a turnover, situational football, right there. Also, ball security, job security, yours and mine. Say he resigns with the Steelers and they play the Lions. Situational football. Juju Smith-Schuster all in on the Rocky IV method of training this offseason, Wilds.
Also should have worn That's great.
No, he's got to do it in his Yeezys.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know what this video is. It was on the internet yesterday and people were talking about it. Here's the weirdest thing, and there's a lot of weird things, folks. There's referees. If you look closely, there's some referees, and they're not calling anything. They're not calling, I see a travel. There's a 3-second violation. This guy is about to go out of bounds. Oh, I guess we're not playing out of bounds now? You're just gonna let it just be chaotic and not call out of bounds?
What is this?
There's another travel. This is, look at the ref. There's a ref on the baseline and there's a ref in the foreground too. Hey ref, I know we say swallow the whistles. Call travel. Call 3-second violation.
Is this your rec league? I think this is your rec league that you joined last week.
Call foul. Call foul.
What's happening? Call something. All right, we got to take a turn back to real sports with real whistles and real refs. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a season to forget, but I'll remind you, because that's my job. Cowboys, they lost Dak in week 5. Then they just kept losing right through the season, even in the worst division of football. So here we are, folks. Another offseason. Dak's still unsigned, but at least he appears to be healthy. According to reports, Dak could be 100% healthy by April. So, all right, April. Nick, if that's the case, if Dak is 100%, what is his ceiling with the Cowboys this season?
Listen, I think Dak can be a top 10 quarterback, but I'm going to take this conversation in a different direction. I think we talk a ton about Dak Prescott, and yet we haven't talked enough about the most important story involving Dak Prescott over the last month, which is that 2 months ago, he had a second ankle surgery. And that we now sit here in March and they're like, oh, no, don't worry. He's going to be 100% in April. And Brandon, they were very careful in their explanation for his second ankle surgery. They were like, no. Had nothing to do with the first injury. It's while we were in there looking at the first injury, we saw some other things we needed to clean up. And my concern with Dak is multi-layered, Brandon. One is that he still is not able to fully practice, fully play, and we're into March. And the other is, and this is going to sound a little counterintuitive, but how healthy he has been throughout his entire career could potentially work against him in this regard because he has no history of missing time due to injury. I looked it up. The last time he didn't play regular football was when he redshirted at Mississippi State. It's been a decade. And so he hasn't dealt with injury. He hasn't dealt with being away from the team. I know he's with the team rehabbing, but all of that concerns me to a degree. And the second surgery, and I know you suffered an injury similar to Dak's, not quite as traumatic, but the second surgery to me is not a blaring red flag or red siren or whatever, but it's concerning. It's something that I think you need to monitor until we see video of him, you know, 100%. Either tug-of-warring with a lion or box jumping with Myles Garrett.
True.
We need to see something before I'm, you know, going to say he's going to be fine, Brandon.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. I mean, this type of injury ended my career. 2018, Week 6, playing against the San Diego Chargers in MetLife. What happened? 3 of our receivers went down. I went down with the ankle, snapped my deltoid, something that you're not supposed to snap. Odell Beckham Jr. went down, snapped his deltoid, and had a similar injury, a compound ankle fracture, similar to Dak Prescott's ankle hanging to the side. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but Google it, YouTube it. It's gruesome. It doesn't look great. And Sterling Shepard also went down with an ankle. This is something that is serious. Now, look, nobody's ever going to be 100% healthy in the National Football League. You don't have to break a bone. You don't have to have some type of pulled hamstring. Like, it's tough. I've always said that the great players find a way to continue to produce at a high level, dealing with something. We never know what these guys are dealing with. Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady had to have surgery after the season. These guys played through these injuries. So I'm not concerned about Dak long term, but it is something for us to talk about, because what happens is everything, your mechanics change. And as a player, you have to figure out, you know, how do I now drop back with my ankle feeling a little off, or now I'm a little stiffer in this area. So Dak has to go through that process. Will he be back on the field and to his new norm, his new 100%? Yes. But what the process now is, all right, it feels a little different. Now what I need to do. But to answer your question, Jenna, as far as the ceiling for him, I think the sky's the limit. For him as an individual, I mean, the guy, he was leading his offense before he went down, before Logan Ryan on the left side pulled him down and you saw this ankle snap. He was leading his offense to, 497 yards a game? It was unbelievable what he's doing. The only thing he had to tweak and change was the ball security. He was turning the ball over a couple times. But this team is not good enough to go to a Super Bowl. Now, they can be given a division, they can go in there wilds and they can win a division, but they're going to be out of the playoffs after the first week.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so, Brandon. If he's 100%, and I'm going to take him at his word or at the doctor's word, if he comes back 100%, he's going to be great. And I see a lot of reports out there that he can't get paid because he's a good quarterback, he's not great. And I'm like, all right, well, let's just stop thinking about this in a fictitious way. Let's say, like, oh, is he as good as Patrick Mahomes? Like, well, I don't know. And like, oh, is he as good as prime Peyton Manning? Or let's get in a DeLorean. Is he as good as Bart Starr? Like, who cares? I don't care. When you look at the Cowboys' upcoming schedule, the large majority of the time, he's the best quarterback on the field. He's better than whoever Philly's going to put out there. He's better than Danny Dimes. He's better who's Washington's ever going to put out there. Then what else you got? All right, you're better than Derek Carr. You're better than Drew Lock. You're better than who else they play? Patrick Mahomes. You're not better than Patrick Mahomes. You're not better than Patrick Mahomes. Then you got the Saints.
He's not better
Don't know
than
who they're
Patrick
playing.
Mahomes, sure.
You're better than Matt Ryan.
Right.
You're better than Teddy B. It's questionable about Brady. Sure. And then you got Kyler. I think he's better than Kyler, and you got Kirk Cousins. So 13 times, he's going to obviously be the best quarterback on the field. You got Kyler that you can have a debate. You got Brady and Mahomes. So he should be paid like that. He's not just a run-of-the-mill quarterback. The Cowboys, when they step on the field, Nick, they can win every game. And there's a lot of teams in the league when they look around like,
goodness.
You know what? I think our quarterback is holding us back. They can win every game.
But
go ahead, Jenna.
Nick, we can't just be the only. Yes, he passes our eye test. The Cowboys watch him day in and day out. They've seen every second of video when he practices, when he's on the field, and when he plays. There's something there that's holding them back. If he really is better than all the guys that we've mentioned, that's keeping them from paying him like he is that good. I don't know if they don't think he's going to be 100%.